Hey everyone, it's Army Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. It's time for one of my favorite videos of all time, the PvP Blossom Tournament usage data. This is the mid-season data for Season 4. This is exciting. We get to see the best of the best monsters. Huge shout out to Monster Legends Competitive Wiki for putting this together. For those of you new to the channel or new to the series, basically, they take a look at the top 100 players and what monsters they're using both on offense and on defense, which is a good proxy for the best monsters. Obviously, there's different elements to the game, such as war and dungeons, but this is just specifically PvP. So, there was a time when the almighty, the all-powerful Uriel the Divine dominated and had like above a 90% usage data. Those days are long gone. I believe Cherub Cupid took over, and then I think he even might have fallen to like 3rd place Uriel. I know there's some monsters gunning for him, so I'm curious to see how it's going to look like, especially since we have some of the new Season 4 monsters. Alright, so let's take a look. Here we go once again at the mid-season of the tournament of the current era. The season hasn't finished yet, so I can't give my full thoughts, but I suppose I can say some things about what's to come for the season overall. So far, I do think it's a bit of a weaker season in comparison to the last, but it still has some strong monsters. I agree. This is SocialPoint's birthday event, Monster Legend's birthday event. I thought SP was going to go out crazy and release these almighty, all super strong, powerful monsters. We've also gotten leaks that it's the end of the era, so I thought they were just going to amaze us with incredible monsters. And then some of the monsters we got have been really lackluster. I mean, we did get a couple Megatons. I think towards the end of it, we started to get some cooler stuff. The Maze monster I like, but here, let's see what they say. Volk is fun. His DLT game is nuts. Yep. So that's the race monster. We got lots of tanks now that can be useful in rank up survival dungeon. Epigurs is done fatted horn root. Yeah, see, we got a handful of them. And I suppose Duke Shrimp Waiter looks solid. Might skip out on him just to save money. He looks good, but not so important to have for the meta. Kind of like how Enhancer was. I can always pick them up at a later time, no harm done. I am now excited for the idea of the Galactic era, same here. More specifically, I got my eyes on the Abominations. My favorite monsters design-wise is Jazzstar, so I'm really looking forward to potential Mythic Jazzy. That would be really cool. And again, with all the Abomination monsters coming out, keep in mind we do have some Abomination haters, so Serpentex might jump up to like number 1. Honestly, don't even care if they're bad either. I'm just going to bring them to rank 5 for sure. That said, I am looking forward to some good looking talents coming up. The Blossom era didn't impress me that much with its talent lineup, but so far it's revealed of the Galactic era looks pretty solid, so yeah, stuff to look forward to. Otherwise, right now it's time for the usage data. Alright, personally, I don't know how I feel about the Blossom talents. They're definitely not on the level as previous talents, which might be a good thing. At the same time, they're pretty unique. I like how they activate when any monster dies, or some of them, right? That leads to interesting mechanics. You can play off that. I love Sigil. It's probably my favorite. The fact that you can reuse some of your strongest monsters' attacks, especially if someone's holding Sigil. Maybe you have an ET monster, not like an infinite ET attacker, but just has like 2 extra turn skills with a high cooldown. But because they kill the enemy, the Sigil still activates, and then you get to keep attacking. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But with that said, let us scroll down. So A is for attack, D is for defense, T is for total. Ratio of pay-to-play blossoms to those that was 88 to 12. That is high on the paywall side. I wonder why. Let's see. The Allure of King Atum. Serpentex, can it keep them from dropping some bucks? Yeah, Serpentex is incredible. Free-to-plays are honestly still doing pretty good. Fireful is an awesome addition. And Volcanex. Yep, those are good monsters that they could be using. Alright, so let us go down. Number 1 is Cupid. I'm guessing. Yep. Look at that, 87. So he still is not passing the 90 threshold. So 87 usage, 57 on defense, 30 on offense. Alright, and then Demon Slayer. Yeah, I think this is how it was last time. So I think, yeah, even last time, Uriel was already in 3rd spot. So Elvira is at 3540. This is probably being used for the evasion at the start of the battle. So very cool. Elvira is used more on offense than defense. 75, scrolling down, look at that, 69, 39, 30, wow. So Uriel has fallen, but still, look at this, the light element still reigns supreme. This is light, fire, and this is earth, lights. Actually, scrolling down, look at that, light, thunder. So the light element is just killing it. Let's see where these monsters were from. Tails event, paywall content, however, SP did make her beatable for a time. Race monster and free-to-play bounty hunt monster, and look, we even have a Blossom monster Ooh, in the top, actually 2 Blossom monsters, Omnia and Shadow. So Tails monster and Maze monster. So this is why free-to-play still has a pretty good handful of monsters available to them, especially when the most popular used monsters. Cherub Cupid. Yeah, they've all been free-to-play, again, with the exception of Elvira Demon Slayer, and SP did make her beatable for a time. So I can see why free-to-play still has a good amount of monsters. My goodness, this is crazy though. Shadow and Omnia are turn transferring. Shadow's interesting too because she can even trade disable the enemy. So yeah, love these two. 34, 23. The most popular offense monster is Demon Slayer. No, Uriel. Uriel by 4. Then Demon Slayer. And then we have Omnia really close there. Alright, so what? It's been a while since we've had a handful of monsters above 40 usage. 40 or above. Normally it's like 3. So that's really cool. And then we have the King at 37. I do imagine he'll probably increase and jump up. 23 defense, 14 offense. Yeah, I imagine he'll increase. Serpentex there, 16, 16, 32. And I think with Abomination monsters being released, he'll probably increase more and more. Oh wow, we only have 2 in the toughies category. Alright, we have Elf at 10, 3, 13. Neradia, this was the Arrow Shot monster. I still don't have her at rank 5. I remember buying her because I really loved that she could trade disable, and then she had like a cleansing ET skill, a remove positive effects ET skill. But of course, SP would release more monsters that effectively make her not even as needed, especially when you have monsters like Shadow and Omnia. But still, I like her. I'm definitely going to keep using her. We have Sparcas, a Megaton Status Caster Taunt monster. 7 Sins it could hold, of course. Elgato for that triple damage. Raris 347. Poseidonia. Interesting. This is, with the exception of Elgato. Yeah, wow. It's interesting when we see like older generation of mythic monsters. Teddy Bomb 336, Dark Volt 145, Mother Talica for that buff, Monk blocks Resurrection, Hydrorian, Artifact can hold, probably players are running it with 7 Sins, or maybe running it with that Demonic Pact. Chiel Long still being used, 314, Spec 314 as well, Marimotus 224, Taunt Megaton Status Caster, Poor Pango down to 4. We have Forge Labs again for that triple damage, double damage buff. Slumster. Remember when he was number 1? Remember when this was the top monster in Monster Legends, one at the top? Pure Pandoff at 1, 2, 3. Enhancer actually being used. So this is the exclusive bounty out monster. Fruit Taster. Remember when it was the Nature Pack? Poseidonia, Slumster, Fruit Taster in the top? Man, how things have changed. Snow Grows. Megaton Revival monster. We have our good old common monsters right here. Got good old Zapdos from Pokemon. Lord Inheritor below the common monsters. That's funny. And Goldfield. And then we have the one-offs. I wonder if your numbers will increase by the end of the season. Elodet, Steamwrath, Bloomeria, Cool Electric, Firefall. One person had Firefall on defense. I do feel like he'll increase. I feel like Firefall and Volcanex will see them higher up by the end of Season 4. And scrolling down, I think these don't really matter as much. Raijin for that double damage buff. Graxshack can definitely still be used. Slab, forgot about this monster. I think it was it's a taunt race monster. But yeah, guys, here we have the most used monsters in Monster Legends. I am just amazed at how many are in the top. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monsters that 40 or more players are using. Or I guess, no, that's not correct. How should I say this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monsters that are being used in total 40 more times. There we go. I think that makes sense. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. I will link a link to the blog in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.